Welcome to Golf Tips. My name is Trevor Moore, teaching professional with the Advantage Golf Academy down at Cottonwood Coulee Golf Course. We're on week 3 of hitting shots from slopes. We've talked about upslopes, downslopes. Now we're looking today at shots where we have the ball above our feet. So the slope is up towards our toes. So the slope puts the ball up high. We have to hit these shots. They're an interesting shot. Side slopes require us to make some subtle changes in how we swing the golf club. Stance changes aren't as big a deal. We really have the ball, same ball position we roughly normally would. We get ourselves set up with everything else being almost identical. What we need to do is understand how the slope impacts our setup and our swing. Now, one of the first things that we need to be aware of on these shots, the ball above my feet. What we need to do is understand that when I hit this shot, the ball is going to want to immediately go left. All right, the ball is going to want to go left. How much it goes left depends on the club I'm hitting. The more loft we have on the club, the further left it's going to want to go. So I need to accommodate on these shots by aiming to the right, always. The more loft I have, the further to the right I need to aim. So adjust aiming right to offset what's going to be a pull. And that pull isn't swing mechanics, that pull is relative to the loft of the golf club, because on flat ground, the loft wants the club to go up. As soon as we change the axis, the loft wants that club to go down the slope. So it's not a swing change that stops it from going to the left. It's the club that wants it to go to the left. So set yourself up understanding that by aiming out to that right. Accommodate that in your alignment. Can't emphasize that enough. Once we hit these shots, the things that we need to think about with our golf swing are very important. When we're on an upslope and we have the ball above our feet, we are further away from the golf ball than we would be if we were on flat ground. All right, I want you to think about this. The rotational axis, if I put the club and mount it right to my breastbone here, if I stand tall, the distance that club head is away from my feet. As we get bent over more or getting towards flat ground, that club head gets closer to my feet, so I'm closer to the golf ball on flat ground than I am when the ball is above my feet. So we're on this axis that's a little bit more upright. We're a little further from the golf ball, which means we need to understand this in the golf swing. The club path for a golf shot is a healthy blend of up and down movement and round movement. But the further I am from the golf ball, the more we really emphasize the round and round motion. And we have the club moving up and down less. So when the ball's above my feet, we want the club going around us more and over us less. All right, we're following that slope. So as soon as we get further from the golf ball, the path of the club is more round and round than it would be on flat ground, and it's less up and down. So the best thing to do is get on that slope and take some practice swings. Find some ways to get that club sliding along the slope. Understand you're further from the golf ball. This is just fine. That's going to promote the round and round movement a little more. It's a little bit more like a baseball swing off a slope here, a little bit more around us. But when you get to these shots, I want you to think about it. A, understand the ball wants to fly left, so you must aim right. How much left and how much right is relative to the loft on your golf club. The more loft you have, the further it's going to want to go right or go left, the further you need to aim to the right to offset that. Beyond that, work on rounding out that swing a lot more, because you are further from the golf ball. Get out, practice these. We'll see you next week. We're going to talk about the ball below your feet on a slope.